Alright, so this marks day 3 of the Humans vs. Zombies Thunderdome Vidoc, and this is kind of just the initial staging area for what winds up being a very interesting mission and pretty exciting overall. So there's Speed Squad on my left. I walk over to kind of clarify some things with Darren, one of the moderators, and I think he winds up kind of hitting up one of the moderator bags of things that they've collected, and there's some extra socks in there, so I grab some extra socks because there's special class zombies in this mission. Now, the mission has a basic premise of filling a 5-gallon water jug with a couple of 1-gallon water jugs across the campus. I want to say that they're very far apart, definitely more than a mile apart, and the way that the humans go about doing this is very, very clever, and I think that we had a really strong mission strategy. But first, we've got to communicate.
You guys, who's in the water squad?
Us two, and here we go.
I need you guys have you guys have phones on you?
Yeah,
turn them on high and vibrate and get my number. I want to keep very, very updated, okay?
Alright, you shoot.
So I thought that the mission would be just ready to start immediately after that, but a bunch of other NPCs walk over and we get kind of a show where, since we killed the bandits last mission at the holdout point, the leader of the bad guys is really upset at Sheriff Darren and calls him out, which is kind of fun.
Okay.
Sheriff, I am calling you out for the disrespectful murder of my bandits. No due process whatsoever. You read them their rights and you threw them on the noose. I challenge you to a duel.
All right, those are fighting words. All right.
All right, and go.
No!
Where's your hero now?
So while our group is kind of figuring out what we want to do and starting off on our way to the objective, you will notice that there are only 4 of us. Nathan is the guy with the gloves carrying the 2-gallon jugs. Cambo comes over just to tell us one last thing, and then the mission begins. So the basic premise is that I split off from Speed Squad in order to join this Suicide Squad, where our plan was to complete the mission objective completely unnoticed by the zombies. We let Speed Squad act as a distraction, the main group act as a distraction, and then our objective was to circle all the way around campus, filling these water jugs, taking it to the 5-gallon and completing the mission, and then calling Cambo and telling him when it was time for the main human group to come to the safe zone that the mission was trying to establish. Essentially, the water opened some sort of steam-powered door in the game, and that was how the humans could win. So we start just sprinting towards the objective, and we make really good time, but the zombies do see us, and so right around here, I turn and decide that while Nathan is filling the water jugs, I'm going to buy us some time.
Down.
Come on, Hunter! Go, 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 go! Let's have a chase!
Down.
Zombies, everybody charge right now! Come on! There's only like 3 of them! Get over
So
and
it's at
charge!
this point that I wish my camera was better suited for like my forehead, not my chest, because as the zombies charge, I let our guys get ahead, and then I just kind of hold this by firing at an angle here, and I end up popping 3 zombies, and we just duck behind this corner. We just hope against hope that they don't follow us, and they don't, because the zombies don't understand the complete mission objectives, and so we get to move by unmolested. For a good long while, we get to complete a couple more runs with these water jugs, and they just don't follow us. It turns out that the human group does an excellent job of convincing the zombies that they're the important objective, and we just keep moving, and it ends up working pretty well. So I'll kind of pick up when I have more interesting footage to show you.
Okay.
somebody completely upside down on the top of it. Good. Okay, do you guys have the horde? Because we got swarmed by them. Oh shit. Yeah, they're all right there. Let's go around, let's go around. Let's go around.
So you can see as all of my gear is jostling around like this, that it's actually somewhat heavy. It's roughly 10 pounds, which is light for a human loadout compared to the guys who carry like 18 clips. But for somebody who weighs as little as I do and is pretty good at cardio, it's quite a bit of extra weight for all of this sprinting across campus, and I'm starting to feel it at this point in the Vidoc, and I just kind of wanted to point that out. Again, apologies that the GoPro is mounted on my chest, but it's the least obtrusive way to wear it. I just couldn't handle any weight slinging around on my face or forehead, especially not for a mission like this, so this works pretty well for me.
Hello? We have 3 people. Like 1 total.
Get across the street and go around to the library while they're dealing with them over here. Does that make sense? Yeah. Cross the street here, go around the library.
We gotta go.
So we just start working our way around this massive pack of zombies to the left, wrapping around the library, trying to get back to that water filling station so that we can make another pass at the 5 gallons. And we wrap all the way around. We don't encounter hardly any resistance going this way, and we're pretty sure that we've missed the zombies, so we take up a pretty safe position, and that'll be clear as we come around. But Nathan goes down to fill up the water jugs, and I actually post up above the water jugs so that A, we have somebody scouting and can see if any zombies come towards him, and then B, I'm also just ready to jump down in case he needs me to back him up, and then Nathan could escape with the water. Gotta be in good shape to rock on the Suicide Squad. Up over the fence, and then the sprinting begins again. Let's do it. So we just kind of keep juking and jiving, and we end up getting 2 more successful water runs, and we get right up to this hair line on the 5 gal. But because our first run was really helter-skelter, we did not have enough water to completely fill the jugs. So we end up having to make a 4th run, which is very, very harrowing because the human group calls us and tells us that they're just getting hammered by a boomer that keeps respawning the zombies. But at this point, I also just want to give like a huge hats off to Nathan. Nathan has rocked this entire mission with only socks in his pockets and just pulled water duty the entire time, which isn't like the most exciting way to play the game, but he was a very, very crucial, necessary piece to not only our personal strategy as a 4-man squad, but also to the overall human strategy of winning the mission. So that was really, really cool of him. So we decided to go at a completely breakneck pace for the 4th run because the human group is getting battered. So you can see there that I drop my EAT and I hit the release on my battle belt so that we can just sprint all out. And once I lose that weight, it becomes much easier for me to keep up with the rest of our Suicide Squad. The other guy drops his Retaliator and just goes with, I want to say, some socks, and we end up making much better time for this 4th run than we would have exhausted and weighed down. And this is where I think that I make my only big mistake of the mission. As I'm running back past my gear, I don't pick it up and switch back to a primary, because I think that as soon as we drop this water off, we have won the mission. But I forgot that there's a whole human group that has to get to this objective as well. And so our group, despite being super duper tired, we decide to cover that group and protect them as they come in, because we know where everything is, and we are almost a built-in flank for the mission at this point, because the zombies can't get past us to hold off the safe zone. So we are between the zombies and the safe zone, so we can create a channel for the rest of the humans to get through, and that is what we end up deciding to do.
Oh no, you can shoot it, you can shoot it. Huh?
Guys, where's the safe house?
It's right in there. All you gotta do is get past that wall.
Okay.
So we're fine.
Just a little far away. You said we kept moving.
Okay. What? Okay.
Alright. Come on, guys, move up, move up! We won! Come on, come on!
It's over, guys, it's over!
Move, move, move! Are you ain't coming past?
So really regretting not being able to go over and rescue my Alpha Trooper
Come on,
before
come on!
this last stand, but we are definitely not going to leave the humans behind, and we weren't going to go into the safe zone ourselves because then we could not protect them. We would have won the mission and been out of the game. So I decided to take this corner so that they just can't get around the main human group, and I only have 8 shots in my hammer shots because I fired 2 celebration shots earlier, but there's really just no time to worry about that now, and the zombies don't know that, which is really important, so they see me and think that I can hold this corner, and that ends up working pretty well for the main human group. So finally we meet up with the rest of Speed Squad, and the heavy artillery has arrived, including the Draculina, who has just been rocking the Demolisher missile on special zombies the entire mission. So it's really good to be able to put some semi-automatics between me and my dwindling hammer shots, and everybody from the human squad makes it through, which is just very, very exciting.
They're all stunned. Let's go, go, go.
Well, we good? We done?
We did it.
Yeah, that's it, that's it!
And so that completes the mission, which was very exciting. We called it the Water Temple mission because it was hard, but shows how humans working together can do the entire mission with minimal casualties and complete all of the separate objectives. So that was really, really great. After all this goes down, a guy who's been playing pretty conservatively with armor he unlocked earlier in the week comes over and transfers it to me because I lived, and he thought that we were pretty instrumental in the victory, so that was very flattering and humbling and very kind of him, and lets me just play full-on aggro for the rest of the game. The zombies are all great sports. Chad gives me a hug, and we get to move on for some sweet Thunderdome action later on back at Rob's house, and I've been really excited to check out the Thunderdome arena, so that is a ton of fun. And then of course we have to go find our fallen friend here and pick him up.
Hey buddy, how you doing?
Millennial as fuck.
Alright guys, so this is Thunderdome, this is Rob. Rob made a giant Nerf arena in his backyard, which I'll show you eventually, but these are all of Rob's family members. They all Nerf with him. Some of them play HVZ.
It's creepy Uncle Rob.
Alright, so let's do it. Let's do like 3, 2, 1, hi YouTube. Hi YouTube! Oh, you guys are the best. No! There are video goggles actually, so I'm gonna walk through here. They're for skiing. They're really cool.
I didn't get to say hi to YouTube, but
It's alright. No, I'm not. I'm just filming. Are they one short? Alright, let's do it. Drac! Ah! We're gonna need darts.
So here's you guys' first taste of Thunderdome combat. I did not load the Artemisia before hopping into the arena, which was my fault, but so now I'm holding up the game by reloading and then we get to play. I thought long and hard about removing the squeaky Drac voice of the sped up footage, and I decided not to because it's just absolutely hilarious. I couldn't stop chuckling the first few times I watched this footage sped up, and so I wanted to keep that in there. You can see the arena seems small from up above, but is actually much larger while you're in it playing. It kind of endorses close combat, and then Rob over here sees that I'm spending a bunch of time reloading, so he just trades belts with me, and I get to put on his, which conveniently enough is loaded with blasters I made. Rob is the proud owner of Summer's Eve and Tropicalia, so I got to play with blasters that I tuned specifically for myself and ended up giving to him, so that was a lot of fun. Medic is just what you call whenever you've been hit, so that one of your team's medics can untag you and you can keep rocking and rolling. So I enjoy this game type a lot. It's fast paced, you get to play a lot in a short amount of time, and my team ends up losing, but that's not the end of the world, because then I get to hop out and eat pizza. Hooray! So people who deliver pizzas work really, really hard, and Rob and I ordered 10 custom pizzas, all different for this group of Nerfers, and so we decided to tip our pizza delivery person in a special way. A, we gave them a big shock, new in box, and invited them to play with us, and then B, we rounded off a $70 check to $100, because that's just polite for having to deal with all of our crazy selves. And they seemed pretty pleased, I think, so that worked out pretty well.
Where did you find those gloves?
That person had me too.
Outside. Out here.
What?
Fire King.
Oh, he's Mimi.
What kind of gloves are those?
They're fire gloves.
How do they work?
I am Fire King.
Oh, yeah, okay.
She is Fire Lord Draculina.
Oh.
So at the end of this day, Draculina and I are just both absolutely exhausted, but I wanted to leave you with me playing with the fire gloves myself, which were very interesting items, and then just let you know that these videos take me forever to edit together and make, so I really, really hope that you enjoy them. Leave me a comment letting me know if you do, and then I'll put a link to Rob's YouTube channel in the description box below in case you're interested in seeing some of his HVZ content. It's also very, very good, and I think that you'd like it a lot.